I'm Chu Jiayin from M8036 Perak Matriculation College. Today I'll be presenting you Chapter 1 Biodiversity, Kingdom Fungi. Well, according to the latest phylogenetic studies published, most mycologists agree that the kingdom fungi can be divided into 7 phyla, namely Microsporidia, Mycota, Blastocladiomycota, Mycota, 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 and Mycota. As for today, we'll just be focusing on the phylum Mycota and Mycota. Due to its paraphyly, the Mycota is now a former phylum of the kingdom fungi, and its 4 orders has now moved its place to the subphylum Incericedis till further classification. While some mycologists hold their opinion that the kingdom fungi can be divided into 18 phyla, and here's a list of phylum proposed. But one thing for sure is that the phylum Mycota is no longer being recognized. Fungi are eukaryotes. They are heterotrophic. This means that they release digestive enzymes to break down organic material of their host, then only they absorb the nutrients into their bodies. Most of them are saprophytic, some form mutualistic relationship with algae or plants, and some are parasitic. They also do not contain chlorophyll, which means that they are non-photosynthetic. Fungi in the phylum Mycota and Mycota reproduce through spores formation and are multicellular organisms except for yeast, which is unicellular and reproduce through budding. Their cell wall are mainly composed of chitin, glucans, and glycoprotein. Fungi are also important decomposers and recyclers of nutrients in the ecosystem. They have septate hyphae and form an interwoven mat of mycelium except for unicellular yeast. They also store carbohydrates as glycogen just like animals. Examples of ascomycetes is Rochella gallivae, and for basidiomycetes is Agaricus bisporus, and both of the phyla contain species of yeast. Fungi classified in the phylum Mycota produce sexual spores inside the ascus in the fruiting body ascoscarps. It is sometimes referred as sac fungi. However, ascomycetes mainly reproduce through asexual reproduction, which vast number of asexual spores called conidia is formed at the tips of specialized hyphae called conidiophores. Sexual reproduction is only undergone when there is insufficient nutrients and the condition is unfavorable. Phylum Mycota is considered a large and diverse phylum containing the most advanced fungi. Basidiomycetes is characterized which they produce sexual spores named basidospores by elaborating fruiting bodies containing basidia and are referred as club fungi. The fruiting bodies named basidiocarps are large and conspicuous. It bore millions of spores located on the surface of the fungal gills. Sexual reproduction is prominent in the phylum Mycota and therefore distinguishing them from ascomycetes. As mentioned before, fungi are important decomposers and recyclers of nutrients in the ecosystem. Saprophytic fungi feeds on dead and decaying organisms while degrading them into compounds like water and carbon dioxide, as well as phosphates, ammonia, and sulfates to be absorbed by plants, and therefore recycling these nutrients. Fungi in the phylum Mycota mostly are symbionts that form mutualistic relationship with algae and plants. Fungi forms lichens with algae, which the algae will photosynthesize and provides organic food to the fungus in exchange for housing, water, and minerals. Fungi also team up with plants at the plant's root to form mycorrhizae. The fungus breaks down organic material in the soil and helps to absorb minerals, salts, and water and transfer it to the plants in return with organic nutrients from the plant. Some fungal species are pathogens mostly to plants. Apart from causing huge economic effects, fungi species like Phoma macrostoma is pathogenic to many dicot plant species but has no effect to monocots. Therefore, it is effective to be used as a mycoherbicide to control dicot weeds from growing in monocot farm like maize. In pharmaceutical, a well-known example is penicillin, which is an antibiotic. It is first processed from Penicillium rubens that will kill or stop the growth of certain kinds of bacteria inside the human body. Commercial importance of fungi in food production is relatively significant. Besides the edible mushroom we add during a stir-fry, fungi like yeast have its place in producing fermented food like alcoholic beverage, as well as bread, which cannot be done without yeast rising up the dough. Besides that, another example is the Aspergillus oryzae and Aspergillus zoae that is essential in the production of soy sauce and miso paste that is commonly served in Japanese cuisine. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.